Dragon Ball Super is not over, bro. A lot of people are jumping the gun with the news of Toyotarou's new manga, and a lot of people are making videos and content and articles saying, oh, this is the end of Dragon Ball Super. But I beg to differ, and in this video, I have a few points on why I believe that this is not the case, and a lot of these headlines, if you will say that, are very misleading. So let's get into it. YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Nova World One. And in today's video, we're going to talk about why the new manga from Toyotarou is not going to be the end of Dragon Ball Super, or at least it may not be what you think it is. Alright, so let's talk about it. For one, as of the time I'm making this video, so I don't want to hear it if I put this video out and we get the news of the manga being whatever it is. We do not know what this manga is going to be about. So who's to say it's not going to be a Dragon Ball Super spin-off or something like that, or something within Dragon Ball Super world? Now, the way they worded it to make it seem like it's an original work, as in it's not Dragon Ball related. But even then, what's the issue with him trying to expand his career as a mangaka? I think that's what you say, a mangaka. And he just wants to maybe just try new projects. I think there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to tell you why it can be done. So, in reality, what may actually happen is Dragon Ball Super might not end. Dragon Ball Super is entirely too big for them to just end it. It's entirely too profitable for them to just say, oh yeah, we're not going to work on it. In reality, what I think may happen is either Dragon Ball Super could potentially be delayed, or maybe his attention just may be spread a little bit thin. Maybe you might get something from his original manga, then a few months later you're going to get something from the Dragon Ball Super manga. I think that's a lot more likely than Dragon Ball Super just straight up coming to an end. The higher ups will simply not let that happen. And also keep in mind, I think I heard something of like there being some type of legal battle going on with Toriyama's family and the higher ups, and Toyotarou and the higher ups. Basically, I guess it sounds to me like they're fighting over assets, rights, and ownership, things like that. And I also think that may have something to do with Dragon Ball Super potentially being delayed, on top of him working on would more likely be the reason why Dragon Ball Super would actually be delayed or actually entirely come to an end, rather than Toyotarou want to advance his career by working on new things. I don't think him working on another manga would do that. And I'm gonna tell you why it can be done. Akira Toriyama had multiple mangas. Now, granted, some of his mangas were connected to the Dragon Ball series as a whole, but I think based off of that, it can be done. And honestly, I think this can kind of be a good thing. Like, think about it like this. Dragon Ball fans will wait. They will wait. And I do believe that if we let the man, advance his career, try new things, while also doing Dragon Ball, he's less likely to get burnt out on Dragon Ball. I do feel like things aren't what they were years ago when Akira Toriyama first started out. Pressures aren't as high, deadlines aren't as high. It's because Dragon Ball has gotten so big that, like I said, fans are willing to wait. And if you make them wait, and then you actually take your time and make pretty much a good product, and then you may even give them something on the side with the other manga, I think that this could be a very good thing. Hell, we saw this with Sparking Zero. I hate to bring up this game, but when that game came out, it sold 3 million copies in one day. Granted, people barely play that game, but that's just to prove a point that if we wait on this, if we aren't so antsy to get new content on Dragon Ball Super, then maybe we might get something really good if we are very patient. Something to also take into account is that manga takes time. So whether he was working on the new manga or not, we was going to have to wait anyways. I don't think it was going to be an immediate thing where we got something new every week or something like that. I think it's going to be a patience thing, and that's what it's going to come down to. But yeah, those are my realistic points on why I think, no, this is not going to be the end to Dragon Ball Super. I feel like Dragon Ball Super is way too profitable for them to just end it based off of what a lot of people are saying online just because he makes a new manga. What? That doesn't make sense. It's more likely to end because of that so-called legal battle. Now, guys, don't quote me on this. Don't ask me to fact check it. I just be scrolling on the internet just like you do. I be seeing YouTube videos. I remember seeing it in a YouTube video or a short or something. Some type of legal battle for rights and assets is being fought right now. And that is more likely to be the reason why Dragon Ball Super is delayed or on hiatus or just is canceled. But let me know if you guys like this type of video. Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you later.